You're watching Bloomberg UTV.
Last week on the pitch, the contestants were given a task by tennis legend Mahesh Bhupati.
New media with celebrities, new media with sport, advertising, most importantly, try and leverage celebrities.
New media proved challenging, but working in one team proved even more challenging as the cracks began to show.
Strategy is really based on three core elements.
There's a huge pool of untapped musical talent in the country today.
If you want to target the masses in India, you need to have cricketers on board.
His own spiritual problem through content which you can generate from the political leaders or the community leaders, that would be a great model.
Alok, Abhinav and Kunal were once again in the red. Alok's prayers failed him with his presentation on spirituality and new media.
How is that possible? How can somebody sell Mahesh Bhupati's backhand tip without giving money to Mahesh Bhupati?
Yes, we can always work around that part.
Do you agree with him?
No.
Alok is like a nuclear missile without a guidance chip. तोप के गोले को तोप से निकाल दो, उसको बताओ नहीं कहाँ जाना है, वैसा हो सकता है वो.
Abhinav and Kunal sold out Alok. As we approach the halfway mark of the pitch and the competition starts taking a toll on our young entrepreneurs, relationships are strained and friendships take a back seat on this episode of The Pitch. Kunal, consistently in the red. Will this episode prove to be the one where he is finally outpitched?
Hi, I'm Kunal Verma and I'm pitching for my company Aspirare Ventures. And our vision is to be the enabler of skill development and employment for 1 million youth across the country. I'm here to win it.
Valerie, a strong player and a sharp shooter, but will her fixed opinions eventually be her undoing?
My name is Valerie Rajitsky. I did my education there at Stanford University and was working in California for a few years before moving to India. And after a few years of working here for another technology startup, founded ZipDial.
Valerie is a very focused individual.
She has some really crazy energy levels in her.
Shreyas, a smooth operator. He's been able to talk his way out of every situation, but will his overconfidence let him down?
Hi, my name is Shreyas. I'm 27 years old. I'm an engineer MBA and I run a company called Level 10 Comics. And this is my story.
So far, I've had a good run of luck. So far, I've not lost a competition in this whole event so far. I think I should stand a fairly good chance.
Ankit, strong suggestions last week. Is the doctor's stock finally rising?
I am Ankit Thambati and I'm here to pitch for Cheenikam.
Ankit's the serious guy, the sober guy in the group. He's bringing a lot of experience from the real industry around the world.
Saurabh, consistently safe, but is playing safe enough to stay in the pitch.
Hi, I am Saurabh Kandpal and I am pitching for Red Force Labs. My company Red Force Labs has come up with a full-fledged cybersecurity product from India, which is called Digital ID.
Saurabh, very technical kind of a person.
Always quite very intense.
Abhinav, our boy wonder finally got a taste of being in the red last week. His stress finally taking its toll.
Hi, I'm Abhinav Mehra. I'm 21 years old. I'm studying in Narsi Monji College.
Sometimes he kind of gets a little stressed out. I think he's a young guy. He still has to see a lot of messy things.
Welcome to The Pitch, India's meanest and keenest business show on television. We've brought together India's brightest young entrepreneurs and we put them to tasks given to them by India's leading business icons. Every week, one entrepreneur gets outpitched and one gets closer to television's biggest prize, funding up to rupees 5 crores. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So what's the score now? We are 6.
6.
Congratulations, you made it thus far.
Thank you.
That's great. So as usual, we're going to divide you into 2 teams. 2 teams of 3 each. And you may have noticed that I have not brought my little briefcase with the access cards in it. And there's a reason behind it. I've noticed that maybe a few of you have not been team leaders. So I'm going to choose the team leaders, and the team leaders will pick their teams. All right? You all are aware that one of you are going to leave the show at the end of this episode, and you're going to be outpitched. I'm going to ask two of you to step forward and be team leaders. Ankit and Saurabh. Saurabh, you go first.
Okay. Today I was made the team captain and I was asked to choose my team myself. I'll take Abhinav. Abhinav, it is more comfort factor, and I've already worked with him for one task and we did quite well in terms of synchronization. So that was the main reasons of selecting the team.
Abhinav's in your team.
I'll take Shreyas.
You take Shreyas?
I selected Shreyas first because I've worked with him earlier on 2 occasions. And what I find is he's pretty spontaneous with ideas sometimes, and also has the ability to back those ideas with numbers, which sometimes can be a winning presentation.
I'll take Valerie.
Valerie?
I chose Abhinav and Valerie. People now have already worked with all others in one task or another. So जिसके साथ ज़्यादा comfortable है, I think that's the way they are choosing the team.
And who do you want to take now? Okay.
I'm a consistent player, I'm a strong player. I've also survived any time I've been thrown into, let's say, a red spot. And I think I'm pretty competitive. And sometimes that, might give a feeling of, let's say, imbalance or insecurity to a weaker person in a competition.
What was the reason why neither of you chose Kunal as an obvious choice? Any reason behind that?
I'd done a task with Abhinav last time, and I think it was quite funful. So I thought maybe when it's like related to golf and all, we will also have a good time here. So that's the reason I selected Abhinav.
Why did you choose Shreyas over Kunal?
We worked earlier on strategy
But you've
together.
worked a lot with Valerie also, and you
Yeah.
have done very well together.
Glad to have you, partner.
I know, but I thought this one I need Shreyas more than.
Why?
Well, I think he's better at numbers, and.
Valerie, you heard that?
I agree with him.
Shreyas is better at numbers?
I think Ankit and I are probably more similar in our skill sets, and Shreyas probably complements.
So if you were the
both
team
of us.
leader, who would you have chosen?
I probably would have chosen similarly to Ankit.
Really? Kunal, how does that make you feel? You were chosen by default. I'm sorry to put it so bluntly.
No, I think it's not a problem. Somebody has.
Of course it's not a problem, but
Yes,
how do you feel? Why do you think that happened?
I think it was Ankit's and Saurabh's call.
Of course it was.
So I think it was based on what they were comfortable going with first. It's okay. Still the team matters.
You're not offended?
I'm not offended. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I guess you know where we are standing. We're standing on a golf course, and this is the M3M property, which is going to be developed into one of India's finest residential properties. In India now, people want not just accommodation and basic amenities, they want a lifestyle that goes with it. Now, to tell you a little more about this, I'm going to call on the man himself, the director of the M3M, Mr. Pankaj Bansal. Hi, Pankaj. Thanks for having us and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Pankaj, would you like to tell us a little more about M3M and about the real estate situation here in this country?
Talking about, say, real estate in India, the growth factor is very high. It is growing at tremendous percentage. There's a lot of demand. The supply is also there to fulfill this demand. Talking about M3M, M3M is into real estate development. We position ourselves the most respected developers of the country. M3M is coming up with various projects in the country, especially in the part of Gurgaon, the totally debt-free company.
How big is this property?
Talking about Golf Estate, it is the biggest project in Gurgaon, the biggest high-rise apartments in terms of acreage. The area of the project is 75 acres.
75 acres.
Yes, that's huge.
Tell us a little more about yourself.
Okay, I'm a Harvard graduate. The course was about real estate development in India.
Okay.
How do we treat the emerging markets and how do we come up with the new strategies so that India meets the world standard in terms of, say, living and lifestyle.
You know, India's pillars today, I would say, are young entrepreneurs. What do you have to say to young entrepreneurs?
Being a young entrepreneur myself, so just a small advice, whatever we do in life, it should be practical, the plan should be concrete, we should have certain timelines in mind to achieve those objectives. Over and above, the hard work, the honesty, the integrity, and God is with you.
So Pankaj, tell us a little more about the future plans of M3M.
We have tied up with best of the architects, best of the interior designers, the golfers, the landscape designer, which is the most important part in the residential living. It is not that you are living in a concrete jungle.
Right.
You need natural elements, which are the part of life.
Right.
So M3M is focusing on all the smaller, which are actually the bigger aspects of the lifestyle. Apart from the flagship project M3M Golf Estate, we are coming out with the California-style retail commercial mix, which is M3M Urbana.
Okay.
Apart from M3M Urbana, we have the finest SEZ of the city Gurgaon.
Okay.
And many more projects to come in, say, hospitals, hotels, ITs, and other projects.
Lots of huge plans from a young man. You play golf?
Yeah, I do. I've just started. There's a big story about this.
Tell us.
I applied for my membership in the other developer's golf course. He simply said no. So that is the reason we're coming out with our own golf course.
That makes us very, very proud of your achievements at this young age, and you show us the way.
Yes.
So with that, I can say that it's time now for Mr. Pankaj Bansal to give you young people your task.
I would like you guys to work upon the marketing strategy and the successful launch of M3M Golf Estate, the property which you can see around.
It's simple. The accent is marketing and launch strategy.
Perfect.
Right? It is not as simple as it sounds, but do come up with something really, really innovative. Maybe they can use your ideas and get you a flat here. Pankaj, would you like to wish them the very best?
All the best. Let's see what is your pitch.
Thanks. Thank you.
I want you to sabotage your own team today.
Wouldn't do it. Absolutely
But
not.
that's your task today, unfortunately. You've got to make sure that the team loses, which means that you've done well for your team.